It's the Weather Xtreme video. This is the morning edition for Monday, May 16th. I'm James Spann. After a very refreshing weekend, humidity values gradually creep up this week. What about rain chances and the timing of the rain? Kind of a complex forecast, so let's dive in. We'll take it day by day. And as we typically do, we'll start with the water vapor satellite view across the United States early this morning. Got broad troughing in the western states. Big storms in Texas. In fact, a flash flood emergency for the city of Corpus Christi, Texas, early this morning. But the east, nice and cool, and we're still in cool air as the day begins. Look at Fort Payne at 43, Gadsden 47, Birmingham 57. We'll expect a high for most places in the upper 70s today, still below average for May. Around the southeastern states, you can see that nice chilly air north and east of the state with 30s and 40s. In fact, up in that zone, we have freeze and frost warnings in effect for parts of Kentucky, West Virginia, and points north. Other than that, things are pretty quiet. Later today, some active convection, a good possibility. Well to the west, severe storms possible for parts of the Texas Panhandle, western Oklahoma, some of the adjacent states. Tomorrow, an enhanced risk of severe weather for parts of South Texas, up toward Shreveport and Texarkana. A marginal risk into Mississippi, no risk here. And on day 3, which is Wednesday, there's a marginal risk over the southern half of Texas. Also east of here over South Carolina, no risk for our state, no severe weather expected here anytime soon, and that's a good thing. But rain, yes. This is the rain for the next 5 days, valid through Saturday morning. Rain amounts around 2 inches here. And it's going to be a little complex forecast in terms of timing out the specific rounds of rain. So let's see what we can do here. Here's the GFS. This is the 06E run, valid today at 1 o'clock. You can see the vortex north of Maine that delivered the cool air for the weekend and a new trough in the western states. And down below that, we got a surface low that's near Dalhart, Texas. And again, some active storms are possible later today, just east and south of that thing. But for us, we are still in dry air. We'll call it partly sunny, upper 70s today, but moisture advection will be in progress. And this is the high-res HRRR, maybe suggesting a few sprinkles. Understand the dew points are going to be low, and some of that might not be reaching the ground. That's at 3 o'clock. And this is at 6 o'clock. So somebody over northwest Alabama might see a little shower, a few sprinkles later today, but I think a pretty good chunk of the state will be dry. Better rain chances will stay west of Alabama. Now, this is tomorrow off the GFS, and it's fairly interesting. And basically, there's a donut with no rain, and we are in that donut. You can see showers and storms all around us, but if this verifies, it would be a relatively dry day and a warmer day. We go back in the 80s. And this is the high-resolution NAM model tomorrow at 4 o'clock, and it's in pretty good agreement. It really doesn't show a lot, so we get the idea tomorrow will be warm and mostly dry with only isolated showers. Wednesday, a surface front approaches. You can see it's pushed southward by that high that's over Iowa, and this is suggesting it would be a day with a better chance of showers and storms, but the NAM says not so fast. It looks pretty dry on Wednesday. So we'll mention some risk of showers Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening, but don't think it's going to be a rainy day at all. Now, this is Thursday. We try and get into some drier air, if this is right. Thursday, again, would be relatively dry with perhaps the better chance of showers to the south. And then on Friday, a wave forms on the front, and that would seem to be the day with the best coverage of showers and storms this week. And even then, it's not going to just rain all day long. But Friday certainly looks like a relatively wet day. And then Saturday, that wave begins to move on to the east, and we trend drier. A lot of things are happening on Saturday. And again, I wouldn't say the chance of rain is 0 at this point, but I'd say the chance of rain would be pretty small for a pretty good chunk of the state. With a high close to 80, and this is Sunday, we should be in a dry air mass. Looks like a beautiful day, sunny with low 80s. So Saturday and Sunday looking pretty good at this point. A lot of things are happening outdoors. But understand this could change, so just kind of watch the forecast as we go along this week. This is Monday, a week from today, troughing to the east and to the west of us, and if that's right, it would be sunny with highs in the 80s. This is the end of the forecast period, the middle of next week, Wednesday the 25th. Again, trough action well to the west, and if that's right, the weather will be nice and quiet. Numbers for the next 15 days. A lot of 80s on the board. Lows mostly in the 60s. I see temperatures around 90 as we approach the month of June. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes in the blog. Next video here by 4 o'clock this afternoon. If you can't catch us this evening on the live stream of the television side, ABC 3340 News at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.